this isn't the normal type of video I make. Got this question a couple times via Instagram, YouTube messages. A couple people I do know locally, and they want to know how much it costs to build this truck. And I did give some prices as I went through, and some of them were vague. So this is everything it costs to build this truck and deals I did get here and there. So I'm just going to give round numbers and not exactly everything on the list because it'll take too long. And then I'll give you the total price. Okay, so titled truck cab and the rolling S10 frame was $800. The engine was free. I had a parts truck and I parted everything else out on the truck. Got a Reading service body and the motor for free. Sold the tranny, transfer case, a bunch of miscellaneous parts, body panels, and then scrapped the truck, and I ended up making a couple dollars. I have, just rounding up, I have plugs, $20. That also includes another set of plugs too for my other truck. I didn't want to just split the bill because then I had to figure out tax and everything like that. This is just total everything with the tax and everything on the bill from the parts stores and everything like that. Mounts were $100, motor mounts. Flex plate was $54. Trans was $85 at the junkyard, plus $25 core, plus $20 for the drive shaft yoke. The rear end had a $10 axle seal. Core, the tranny was $50. Core was $10. Yeah, this is the axle. $50. Core was $10. Rotors, they charged me for, plus the core charge on the rotors. Brake pads they charged me for, calipers, and caliper cores. So they kind of screwed me on that. They never usually charge me for that for rears at the junkyard. They also charged me for a sway bar that was held on with one bolt that when I got home, because it needed a 6-point, I just threw it right in the garbage. It was in the scrap pile. It's ready to scrap too. Yeah, so that kind of sucked. And then they also had the other yoke for the rear now. I got that. Drive shaft was $388. Brake fittings $4. I have a bunch of fittings here for $30-something. Throttle cable stops, brake bleeders, and hose clamps and miscellaneous stuff from Napa, $35. All the metal that I did buy was $28, like flat stock and stuff like that. I think for the bumper that I made, the brackets for the bumper. The rest of it, like this sheet I have right here in front of me, I don't know if you can see it. It was given to me for free. Square Tube was given to me for free. I did have a bunch of stuff laying around from other projects. Lug nuts $12, fuel gauge $25. I have in welding wire $37 twice, plus gas. I don't think I figured that in, but they were like $50 a bottle, and I went through 2 or 3 of them. Cut off wheels, I had like $20 to them. Seam sealer was 14 times 3. Steering wheels $10. Hitch $20. Shift cable $8. I didn't even throw that in yet. Fuel hose is $45. That's summit receipt. I also bought more fuel hose. Fuel adapter fittings was $52. So that was just another kit I bought to finish the system up. Key switch $37. Tranny mounts $25. I have more clamps on here, and fan straps like $13. O2 sensors $30. Muffler $43. Exhaust piping, fuel filler neck, fuel hose, and tranny hose $316. Different filler neck piece was $50. Wire slash inline fuses, the little adapters $35. Relays $12. $35 in shocks. Intake was $13. Plug wires, license plate lights, so that's $20. Taillights are $25. V-bands $40. Cert belt $20. Wheels were $100. Seats $100. Tailgate $100. Power steering pulley and the PCM program $75. So that's just basic stuff. That is all. That's stuff I thought about. I overestimated, and I'll give you the total here in a second. But I don't know if you want to include this stuff too. I'm gonna give you the total without this stuff. Some of the tools I did need, like you do need basic mechanic tools, socket sets, this, that. You're gonna know that. I did have to buy a chop saw. I'm not really gonna include that in the price because I can use that for years to come on many other projects. Same thing with the brake bleeder. And I have access to a welder. You're definitely gonna need a welder. And I bought an extra grinder. Now I have two. But those are tools I'm gonna have for a very long time. So, grand total, $3,202. That's everything on this truck. From stuff I had laying around that I'm not including, stuff that was given to me that wasn't included. You will need some extra material. Might cost you a little more than that. Or I could do it for a little bit cheaper. This is trying to stay on a budget. Some stuff I don't like to sacrifice on. I do have like connectors and stuff into this. I didn't just say everything for time. But instead of buying just the butt connectors that I did need and heat shrink and solder, I buy it in bulk. And now I have it for this car, next project, so on and so forth. Maybe I want to wire in a different set of taillights or something like that down the road. I have it. So same thing with the relays. I have extra ones on there too. I have couple in the box over there, so now I can use those for anything else. I could put a second speed on this. I put a low speed on the EFAM in this truck. It's endless what you could do with the extra stuff. What else I'm gonna put into the truck, cost wise? I will be lowering it. And the kit I did see is about $450, and it's leaf springs, blocks, U-bolts. I'll have to buy a different set of U-bolts, but that's fine. Spindles and springs in the front, and that'll drop it down to where I need it, want it. And I'm putting a vintage heating system in there. Has like it's $150 from Summit, and it'll heat the whole cab of the truck. I'm gonna do like 2 more tubes of seam sealer and stuff like that. Paint for the inside of the cab, maybe some Dynamat. But I'm not gonna spend more than $600-700. But that's not anytime soon. That's gonna be over the course of time. We have all winter to do that, and then I can drive it for spring, and I'll have a whole year after that. So to this point, to get it running and driving, legalish down the road. So I do have headlights. I did include that on the bulbs and all that stuff. To where it's at now, and presentable and certain little things I do like. I mean, I could have done it a little bit cheaper, but $3,200 is not terrible for what I have. My original budget was about the cost of the truck was $800, and I wanted to put like $1,500 into it to get it running, driving down the street before it snowed. That didn't include seats and wheels and stuff like that. I did have a set of wheels that came with the truck. But that price, $1,500, was just me putting milk crates in it and driving it down the street before it snowed. I didn't expect to be this much further ahead of the game. So I think I'm a little bit further ahead on my pricing. This price will come down maybe a little bit too, because I did have a set of rally wheels that were really nice that came with the truck. I didn't even include, I had a set of cats that came with the motor and stuff like that, catalytic converters, and that did fund some stuff. I sold off some other parts too that I didn't need or use. So I mean, this price is closer to $33,000 now. I still have another set of wheels too to sell. So I mean, it's not terrible. It's gonna go up a little bit from here. So I think I'm gonna have a running, driving truck with heat, wipers, headlights, go down the road legally, drive safe, stop like a modern vehicle, shift like a modern vehicle, and has a fuel system like a modern vehicle, go down to the parts store. If anything does break, I can order it. So basically a modern vehicle in a rusty old shell, and when it's all said and done, it will be done for less than $4,000, which in my opinion is a bargain. And you can't get a modern truck without rust and everything like that in this area for that. You'll get a beat truck with a lot of miles, a lot of rust, maybe for cheaper. So I think I have to sell it truck for the money.